All right, it is time for our final storyteller. Our final storyteller is an executive recruiter who lives here in McKinney. She spends a lot of her time with her dogs, Paul and Princess Donut, both named after favorite book characters. When she's not recruiting or reading, she's watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Put your hands together for Krista Whiting.
By their parents. I believe it is a rite of passage in childhood to want to crawl in a hole and die when your parents do something so cringe that you'll never forget it. And my mom, affectionately known as Patty, had the uncanny knack to turn even the most quasi-awkward situation into a truly mortifying experience. So today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite Patty stories. So picture it, Arkansas, 1997. I'm 13 years old and getting ready for my first junior high school dance. And I desperately wanted to look beautiful. No one had ever held my hand, I never had my first kiss, and I never wore any makeup. So I asked my mom if she could do it for the dance. Now my mom, she was beautiful. Picture her as like a 43-year-old Jamie Lee Curtis, like circa True Lies. Oh, sure, Krista, I will absolutely do your makeup for you. She thought of herself as a little bit of a 80s fashion icon. So we picked out my fanciest dress, we curled my hair, and she beat my mug for over an hour. So naturally, we're running a little bit late, so she spritzed me with perfume, we hopped in the car, and we get to the dance. And as I am walking up to that dance, people are starting to stare at me. I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a pretty good night. I'm gonna show you how most people reacted to me that night. Hey Krista, how's it? This is my song, I gotta go, bye. Hey Krista, do you wanna I think my mom's calling me, I gotta go. So, after a few more confusing times of people running from me like I had leprosy, I finally went to the bathroom and saw what the fuss was about. It looked like someone got a makeup gun, set it to prostitute, and shot me in the face. My eyebrows were drawn on, like I was in a permanent state of shock. My eyeshadow was bright blue and went all the way up to said eyebrows. My blush was a great Bows of the Clown red, and my lips were as red to match. I was humiliated, so I called my dad to come pick me up for the dance. And as I got into the car, he started laughing at me. Krista, you'll look and smell like a 2-cent Irish whore. Yes, those were his exact words to me. Thanks, Dad. So, as humiliating as it was, I did survive my first junior high school experience. Fast forward, 2 years later, my sophomore year. I was 15, but I was feeling a little insecure because I just had thyroid surgery and I had a huge bandage on my neck. So I wanted a cool hairstyle so it can distract everybody from my big neck. But this time, I was the one with the fashion knowledge. Because you see, this was during the height of the show Friends, and everybody wanted the Rachel. You know the Rachel, the teased and volumed hair, right? So I told my mom I wanted the Rachel, and she took me to the salon. I was confident that this wouldn't get screwed up either. So, as I'm getting my hair cut, I hear my mother speaking with the salon lady. Oh, sweetie, just do it a little bit shorter on the sides, just like that. Nope, shorter than that. Okay, perfect. Do it just a little bit longer back there. A little longer. I love that. Oh, no. Riddle me this, Batman. Do you know what a haircut is that is shorter on the sides and longer in the back? Yeah, I had a mullet. So as I was turned around in my salon chair, I saw the atrocity that was on top of my head. And I looked like a 70s porn star. So not only did I walk into my first day of school with mullet and said bandage, I also had the joy of having my Jeffrey Dahmer glasses on. And it was just as bad as at a high school dance, but this one had an added soundtrack. As I walked up and down the halls, people would sing to me, "Here's a story of a mullet lady." So needless to say, that was not my high school blow-up moment. But out of all my favorite Patty stories, my favorite one was actually about a technical fashion error, not a human one. I was 7 years old, and my parents took me to a water park, and we were gonna have a great time. And the thing I have not told you about my mom is that Patty was stacked. She had huge boobs, sitting in a bikini that was just a little too small for her. So I wanted to go on the largest slide in the place, and she wanted to come with me. So I go down the slide, I stand up at the end, and I wait for her. So she goes down the slide, and as she gets back up, her right boob is hanging out of her bathing suit. And ladies and gentlemen, it is not an apple, it is a grapefruit in a tube sock, hanging in the wind. And she had no idea. "Oh my God, Krista, that was so much fun. Do you want to do it again?" Mom, I couldn't say anything. Everybody within 50 feet was staring at us, the parents desperately covering the eyes of their children, and the lifeguard seemed to have the best day of his life. So finally, I was able to scream, "Mom, your boob!" What'd you say? "Oh my God." Oh my God. "Ma'am, I'm so sorry that you saw that, sir. I apologize. Mr. Lifeguard, sir? Sir?" "Yeah, no, like, that's totally cool, trust me." So after that day, I always made sure that my bathing suits were fully functional. So, reflecting back on all my favorite Patty stories, and realizing the time she was doing her best to make me feel beautiful, it was exactly that. She was just trying her best. It was July of last year that I got an unexpected text from my mom. And it said, "I have a lot of guilt for not being a good mother. I really let you down and I'm just so sorry. I hate who I was and I hope that someday you'll be able to forgive me. I love you and I hope you know how proud of you I am." See, the story you didn't hear tonight were the Patty stories that strained our relationship, but we were getting closer and we were working on it. So I responded to her text with, "Hey Mom, I love you too. All is forgiven, so let your heart rest on that. I hope you're well and that you know that you're loved." She died 12 days after that text exchange. So closure doesn't have to be a dramatic thing. Sometimes it's just saying the things you've been meaning to say before it's too late. So if there's anything I ask you guys to take away from today, it's this. Say "I love you" as often as you can. Say "I'm sorry" as quickly as you need to. And give people grace, even when they make mistakes. Most of them are just trying their best. Even when their best makes you look like a 2-cent Irish whore. Thank you.